So I'm down here in Destin, Florida, and looking for some good spots to snorkel. Now, some of the days have not been that clear. We just had a storm coming through just a couple days ago, so I don't know how the visibility is going to be, but definitely trying to find some good spots to snorkel from the beach. I know they do have some man-made reefs out directly out of the beach, and I might try to get some of those spots there. But today I'm trying an interesting spot. Looks like they're doing some construction on it right here, but we're gonna try to see what we can find in these little, I think they're called tide pools, and see if it's good for snorkeling, because it's a nice little area. A little bit of a walk to get out there, but definitely really cool. Hopefully when this construction's done that they're doing here, this place will be really neat. So looking forward to seeing what we can find out here. All right, so I'm still walking here. Made it all the way to the water. But let me show you what we're looking at here. So on my way walking down this kind of jetty here, and we're looking up there. There's I guess what they call tide pools. It's nice, maybe little areas, little flats to snorkel in. See if we can find any good fish here. Not really considered a reef, but you know, beggars can't be choosers when you're looking for fish. So as long as we see some fish, I'll be happy. So I made it to the end, and these are the little tide pools I'm talking about. Looks like very private. There's 3, 4, 5, maybe 5 of them. I don't know if you can see them all the way down there, but nice calm little areas, little jetties that kind of come around the corners there. So hopefully we can find some fish in here, and hopefully some decent snorkeling. Are they there? You found a hermit crab? Cool. What's his name? Ah. This was a beautiful jellyfish, but if you're scared of jellyfish and scared of getting stung, later on in the day, the boats that drive by in the channel basically push a lot of jellyfish into this area. So it does have a lot of those, and you kind of have to learn how to swim around them, and you may get stung, as I got even stung swimming into a couple of them. So the day we went here was on a Saturday, and as you can tell, it is a little bit murky. I think what's happened is the boats that travel by really murky this up. So we went on a Tuesday after that. I forgot to bring my camera, and it was so clear. But later on in the day, we went in earlier, like at around 11 to 12 o'clock. Later on, around 2 to 3, after boats started going in and out, it did get a little murkier, and then the more jellyfish were coming in because of the boats. So if you would like to get in this spot, I would recommend to go a little bit earlier than later, and definitely not on a Saturday or Sunday when most of those fishing boats and those charter boats all are leaving the port. This is Moses, my father-in-law, and Gideon. This was Gideon's first time to go snorkeling, and I was so proud of him for getting out there and snorkeling with us, because he was so scared of the jellyfish, and they were all over the beach that day. Moses loves to snorkel, but again, the jellyfish were predominant in this area at this point in time when we were there. The next day, he wished he would have gone when there was almost no jellyfish and the water was so much clearer. So throughout these videos, I don't know if you can hear it, but we did hear a lot of boats passing by in the channel. Now they do have 3 of these tide pools that are designed just for swimming, so they have the buoys and the ropes. And I do recommend, if you're going later and you hit or on a Saturday, definitely stay within those ropes, because it's a little more dangerous unless you have a dive flag to go outside, because there are a ton of boats passing by in this channel. I don't think I mentioned how we arrived at these tide pools. They are directly across from the boardwalk, or right there where you go down to see all the boats, across from AJ's, McGuire's, all those places. However, you do have to go down to Gulf Shore Drive and turn on that road, follow it all the way around, keep on going back. The one thing you do have to do is have paid parking, so it's $20 for 4 hours, but definitely worth it to go for the 4 hours. The city of Destin plans on fixing this place up really nice by 2025, as you see by this illustration. Now, where we were swimming was right off these jetties, right in these tide pools right here and here. In the middle of those tide pools, you find more of the mullet. Now, over here at the very end, you'll see that's where the ones where boats can come in on that last tide pool. Across here, you'll see this is where Crab Island is. So if you know where Crab Island is, then you can definitely find this location. And I really think, once it's fixed up with the bathrooms and everything, this is going to be a really good destination to snorkel. Alright guys, another day in Destin, and today I'm going to try to swim out to some artificial reefs. Hopefully I can find them out here. We're right next to the Crab Trap, right over there, the restaurant, which is right on the beach and here in Destin. And the water, just 2 days ago, or I think it's 3 days ago, they were flying red flags. Today, we've got an amazing green flag, so looking forward to it. All right, guys, so we're all set up. Got our little beach setup going. We're chilling in the sun, just like we always like to. And we're ready to head out here. Take a look at this day. I mean, you get 15 days like that, just gorgeous out. Barely any waves. Crystal clear water. Just see if you can see this, because we're about to go in the sea. So, we're gonna head out to those little darker areas. definitely if you come do this though, because I've seen boats traveling out there, because that's where the man-made reefs are, you want to bring yourself a dive flag too. So I've got mine set up. I just need to cut my rope a little shorter because it's way down and it's too big. All right, talk to you soon. So this is really more of an advanced diving location, and the only reason I say that is because it is a little ways out of a swim. And so if you're not a really good swimmer, you know, or a strong swimmer, it can last a long time, then it might wear you out. Plus the depth alone would make it that, because, you know, diving at, of course, 15 to 30 feet is a little bit of a challenge and can wear you out a little bit. So definitely, if you want to go to a more beginner level, the tide pools are definitely beginner level. Very easy, very little current, unless you go out in the channel, then you can get into some current. But here, more of an advanced dive. I did want to clarify exactly where these reefs are, because I didn't exactly mention it before. So when you go to the crab trap and to that Destin beach, you want to go to the very last pavilion, I would say to the north. That last pavilion, right on the edge of that last pavilion, is where you want to swim directly out. Then the reefs will start there and go towards your left once you run across them. But if you're in front of the pavilion, you will miss them. Or if you're too far to the left, you will also miss them. They are about maybe 20 to 30 yards left and right, so it's not hard to find, but you can definitely miss them. As I went out there, I circled around for a long time, then finally had to grab my paddleboard to find them. One mistake I made here is I didn't know how deep these artificial reefs were. I think the shallowest one was about maybe 15 to 18 foot to the bottom, depending on your tides, obviously. But then when I went out to some of the deeper ones, I think it was closer to 25 foot. So I tied my dive rope at about 20 foot, maybe just over. And every time I started diving down after I got to the deeper ones, I couldn't make it to the bottom because I started pulling down the buoy and it was pulling up on me. So one little recommendation, if you're going out to the third level, then that was only the second level, then definitely tie your rope at about maybe 30 foot to 35 foot, so you'll definitely get to the bottom and be able to see everything that's down there. I didn't find a whole lot of bigger fish out here at these reefs, but when I was on my paddleboard, I did swim over some amberjack schools, and then also a very large turtle, which was cool to see, and a couple of manta rays. So you can definitely spot a lot more out there if you spend some time out there. And as you know, you just never know what you're going to find in the water. Whoa. I need to shave. So I'm sitting out here in Destin with my gorgeous wife, Destin. Out in the water, by the way, so just so you know, with a drink, and with Gideon. All right, so, all right, let me situate. Okay, I'm back. Hopefully that another wave won't knock me over as we take this video here. But anyway, we went out here, we were looking for those man-made reefs. Just to tell you where they're at, on the Destin beach, if you go to the crab trap, if you notice the very last pavilion, I don't know if you can see it, right there, right behind Gideon there. So if you swim out directly from that, there's going to be 3 rows of man-made reefs. Now, I don't like these reefs as much because I think they can do a better job with the holes, like the cement ones that do better. The fish like to stay in and hide in better. But, you know, it's still kind of cool. It's something to see, something to swim out to. A little more of an advanced snorkeling trip because it is a little deeper. I tied my rope at about 20 foot from my dive flag. However, it still prevented me from going all the way down to the bottom because I kept tugging on that thing. But still a fun trip. Water's gorgeous down here, as you can see. You can enjoy it, right, Gideon? Yeah. Is the water good? Yeah. Is the water good, Justine? Yes, it is. All right, guys. We'll talk to you later. Enjoy your snorkeling trips in Destin, Florida as well. Say that again? Subscribe. Yeah? All right. See you guys. Like he says, like and subscribe.